This is Mogol TV, and in this video you'll find some cunning riddles. Only the smartest and cleverest people will be able to solve all the riddles correctly. If you're not yet subscribed to Mogol TV, be sure to click on the red subscribe button and the bell next to it. That way you'll always be up to date with new videos with riddles and puzzles on Mogol TV. Number 1. 5 robbery suspects are being held at the police station. Only one of them is the real criminal. The police have a photo of the robber at the crime scene, but it is of very poor quality, and only the silhouette of this robber is visible. Help the police determine which of the 5 suspects is the robber. Write your answers in the comment. If you have been attentive enough, you have determined that the robber is suspect number 4. Thumbs up if you answer correct, and let's move on. Number 2. A traveler exploring the South Pole found himself in an ice cave with only 3 exits. At the first exit, he will meet a huge hungry polar bear. The second exit is followed by a very thin ice, which won't hold a person, so the explorer will find himself in icy water. At the third exit, there is a poisonous gas that escapes from a volcano under the ice. One breath of this gas will kill any living creature. Which exit should the traveler choose to escape? This riddle had a catch. The explorer was at the South Pole, but the polar bear only lives at the North Pole, so it's perfectly safe at the first exit. Number 3. There was a robbery at Mr. Stevenson's house on Saturday morning. The owner said that the pump in the house had broken, causing a complete loss of water supply. While he went into town to get a new pump, someone stole a large amount of money from his office. Mr. Stevenson's wife, his son, and his maid were in the house at the time. The police interrogated all 3. The wife stated that she had been feeling bad and had been staying in bed all morning. Mr. Stevenson's son said that he had been playing a computer game. The maid said she had been cleaning the living room all the time. The police quickly found the liar. So, who's the robber? If you listen carefully to the terms of the riddle, you've easily solved the case. There was no water supply in Mr. Stevenson's house that morning because of a broken pump. However, the maid said she'd been cleaning the living room at the time. It could not have been done without water. Number 4. Look carefully at this pyramid and tell me what it looks like when viewed from above. You can see the answer options below. So, the correct answer is number 2. Number 5. A famous chemist was found dead in his lab. The police had 4 prime suspects in the murder: Sergei, Nikolai, Felix, and Miguel. All were students of the chemist. But which one of them was the murderer? The police spent much time examining the evidence and found just one clue. A note was found in the chemist's pocket that had been written a few moments before his death. There were only 3 numbers on it: 28, 27, and 57. It was this note that had helped the police to figure out exactly which of the 4 men was the murderer. So, how did the police manage to do this, and who was the murderer? The fact that the murdered man was a famous chemist led the police to believe that all these numbers were related to the world-famous Mendeleev table. All the elements in that table have a number. If you search the Mendeleev table on the internet and see which elements are hidden behind these numbers, it all becomes clear at once. The murderer of the famous chemist is Nikolai. Number 6. You can find yourself trapped in an ancient castle full of mysterious creatures. There are 4 mirrors in front of you. They reflect 4 creatures: a skeleton, a vampire, an executioner, and a witch. But only one of the creatures is real. The other 3 are just ghosts. Your task is to find the real one. Only this creature will eventually be able to help you break free. Which of the creatures is real? So, the solution to this riddle is actually easy. As you know, one of the main distinguishing features of the vampire is they are not reflected in the mirror. It means we don't see a vampire in the mirror, but a person dressed as a vampire. That's the correct answer. Number 7. Smuggling. A man riding a bicycle with 2 bags crossed the US-Mexico border every day. The border guards constantly checked the contents of the bags, and each time they found sand there. They were not sure the man was smuggling, but had no evidence to charge him with a violation. Help the border guards to find out exactly what the man is smuggling. As you know, it's best to hide valuables in plain sight. No one will look for it there. The man was in fact smuggling bicycles. Number 8. The body of Mr. Rochester's wife was found in his house. There was a glass of poison next to it. The police arrived on the scene and questioned Mr. Rochester. He said he had come back home later than usual that evening. It was raining heavily, the road was washed out, and he had to leave his car and walk halfway home. When he arrived, he found his wife dead and thought she had committed suicide. So he did not touch anything and immediately called the police. The detectives listened carefully to the statement and eventually arrested Mr. Rochester for murdering his wife. Why? The detective turned his attention to Mr. Rochester's boots and trousers. They were clean. According to him, he walked home in the rain and on a muddy, washed-out road. It meant he was lying. Number 9. Mike and Tom have $21 for 2. Mike has $20 more than Tom. How much money do each of the boys have? I'm sure many of you have thought that one boy has $20 and the other has $1. But this is a mistake. If the boys have a total of $21 and Mike has $20 more, then he has 20 and a half and Tom only has half a dollar. Number 10. You're locked up in an old fortress. You can escape only under one condition. If you beat the guard at his favorite game. The game conditions are simple. Each of you has a bag of coins. You both sit at the round table. Each of the players puts 1 coin on the table in turn. The coins must not touch each other. Besides, it is forbidden for the coins to go outside the table. The first one to fail to find room on the table for a coin loses. The guard is very good at this game, so he gives you the right to make the first move. What strategy should you choose to win for sure? So, the solution to this riddle is simple and ingenious. Your first move is to place a coin in the center of the table. Then it's the guard's turn. Your second move is to place a coin mirroring the guard's move. Afterwards, you have to mirror your opponent's every move. So you always have room for a coin and you will win. Number 11. Find all the letter T's in this picture. How many croissants do you see here? How many sad emojis are there in the picture? Number 12. A visitor came to a home improvement store where each item only cost $1. Finally, he managed to buy 700 and paid only $3 for it. So, how did he manage to do it, and what did he buy? In fact, it's a very simple riddle that requires a little bit of logic. Since the customer only paid $3, he therefore only bought 3 items. In fact, the visitor lives in a flat number 700, so he needed 3 digits to hang them on the door. Number 13. A father has 4 daughters. Each one of them has a brother. How many children does the father have in total? The correct answer is 5. After all, in order for each of the 4 sisters to have a brother, there must only be 1 boy in the family. Number 14. Jack has been held hostage. If he can't escape in 2 days, he'll be murdered. The only way out is he has to climb out through the narrow window. However, it is too high. Digging a tunnel is not an option either, as it would take too long and he simply wouldn't have time. What should he do? Help Jack escape. If you've been paying attention, you probably noticed the shovel next to Jack. Digging the tunnel would take too long, but it would give him enough time to gather the earth into a high enough pile. By climbing it, he would be able to reach the window and thus escape. Number 15. Detective riddle. A murder has been committed in an interrogation room at the police station. The only evidence was the victim's phone, which was found next to the body. At the last moment before she died, she dialed these 4 digits on the phone. 3 suspects were arrested on suspicion of murder, who had previously committed crimes and had been in prison. Help the detectives figure out which one of them committed the murder. The most observant and intelligent people will have noticed that there was nothing but a clock in the interrogation room. If we take the number that is in the note and mark them on the dial and then connect them with lines, we'll get a rectangle. There are tattoos on the arms of the suspect, but only one of them has a tattoo in the shape of a rectangle on his arm. That's exactly what the murdered woman was trying to point out when she wrote the note. Don't forget to write in the comments how many of the riddles you managed to solve correctly. Besides, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to keep up to date with new videos. And of course, leave your comments below the video.